I'm a big Dune fan, and one, I'm really hoping that what we saw wasn't just like a fake Blur Studios CG trailer where the game doesn't look anything like it. We didn't see any actual gameplay. It was all a tease, but it's supposed to be an open world MMO on Arrakis, which is the planet Dune, within the Dune world. And typically, I know a lot of people mentally check out when they hear open world MMO, but just knowing the IP, having read the books and watched the really awesome movie that they had that came out last year, Arrakis is a freaking death trap. It's a big, just like there's literally no place that's safe in Arrakis. So having a massive open world, it's like a perfect open world. and that would be canon, well, not necessarily canon, but would make a lot of sense with implementing like some of the like issues that someone on that world would have to deal with. So if you're talking like if your created character is a Atreides House Atreides soldier that is stranded there after losing the battle in the movie. If you haven't watched the movie, that's on you. The movie's been out for over a year. If you are
don't fall asleep in the first hour.
Stop it. If you're a Fremen who is indigenous to the planet, and you're out of your siege, and you're like, say, trying to travel, move around, and having to deal with the sandworms, deal with the other Empire soldiers and stuff like that. Like, it's just, there's so much to do in this game, and I'm excited for it. What about you, man?
No, I'm actually. It's gonna be crazy because I talk about how boring this movie is. It didn't get really good until you get close to the, I want to say, probably about the hour and a half to close to hour and 45 minutes, because the last half an hour 45 minutes was really good. I really liked it, and it kind of saved the rest of it for me because I'm really looking forward to what they're doing in the next one. But I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this trailer, I was like, yo, this looks really freaking good. And I think that they're really trying to tie in. I'm not gonna say they're gonna do a movie tie-in or anything, but I think they are going to try to, get off of the success of what the movies are actually having. And especially if the second one really picks up and a lot of people really gravitate to what that one actually had. Because I think
the second one's gonna be all blood and guts, man.
Yeah, and that's what
it's going to be a very violent movie.
I think it's going to wake everybody up, because that's what the first one did. It said, you know what, we bored you with all the political stances and all of the different ways.
They had to do world building.
Yeah, they had to, and I get it. And like I said, you just had to get through that. So that's why I was super excited towards the end of the first one, because I was like, okay, they did a great thing by getting all of the political and the expedition out the way. And guess what this game is probably going to do? It's going to lean more into the action, high combat side of what you're going to see in a movie. And I think that's going to do very, very well. On top of, man, if it can look anything as close to what this looks like.
Exactly. And I was just about to say that. Great. I hate when I see teaser trailers with this level of visual fidelity and the game isn't even close. This is something that developers need to understand. You will really turn off gamers who are interested in your game if the very first thing they see from it looks like something like this, and then they get the game and the game is nowhere near the same level of visuals. That's going to be a problem. And yes, of course, visuals aren't as important as gameplay or story or a host of other things, but you still set an expectation.